All right. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Scottsdale Center for Spiritual Living and our meditation time this morning. We're glad you're here. Everybody in the space, everybody out on the live stream, we're glad that you have joined us this morning. So let's take a minute, sit back and relax. Put your feet on the floor if you like. And we're reading this morning from 40-Day Mind Fast Soul Feast by Michael Beckwith. And so we'll have the reading, and then we'll have a period of meditation, and then we'll come back and move along with things. So the reading this morning is from day 25 of 40. It's an inside job. And Rumi writes, "Your love has made me sure. I am ready to forsake this worldly life and surrender to the magnificence of your being." So it's an inside job. The awakening you crave is a function of the inner life. It can never be realized through circumstances, relationships, or accomplishments. In other words, you cannot find true satisfaction outside of fulfilling your highest destiny. Realization of your oneness with Spirit. I want you to wake up today. If you believe that you will be complete after you find the right relationship, the better job, a bigger house, that hotter investment, the accomplishment of a particular goal, you are asleep in the human dream of Maya, which is the sleep of delusion. Any such fulfillment is temporary. The quest of looking for wholeness outside of yourself is not the way it works. It's an inside job. Failure to recognize the true nature of your life's quest creates a syndrome of identity crisis. It will continue until you turn within to the only true source of fulfillment and develop an active relationship with the supreme reality. Begin now to cultivate your spiritual sensitivity to the presence. Talk to Spirit in the language of your heart and notice how sweetly and eagerly it responds to you. Today, know that the Spirit delights in bestowing heavenly treasures upon you. If you are callous to the truth that Spirit stands at the door and knocks, how shall it come into your experience? Cultivate sensing and knowing that Spirit longs to fully give of itself to you. Live, move, and have your awareness in this reality, and you will come to understand what Jesus meant when he said, "It is the Father's good pleasure to give you the kingdom." The door of receptivity opens from the inside. Today, swing it wide open and expect a blessing that will fill your heart to overflowing. Take these thoughts with you. I sense the presence at the center of my being. My mind, heart, and soul drink deeply from this divine well and forever quench my thirst. So let's take these ideas inside today. breath. Letting it go. And another. I'm feeling a sense of gratitude for this time of peace and quiet and insight. Grateful for the space and time to just simply be. And as you're ready, just bring your awareness back here, wiggling your fingers and your toes. Then as you're ready, just allowing your eyes to open. Thank you all for joining us this morning, and we look forward to seeing you at the top of the hour for our service. We'll see you then. All right, everybody. Come together and soul. Together we are whole. Okay, then. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Scottsdale Center for Spiritual Living. I am Reverend Lee Height. I am glad each and every one of you are here in the space with us and joining us on our live stream on YouTube and Facebook Live. We're glad you're here. A special welcome to anybody who is here for the very first time. We're glad you are here and hope you find us to your liking. If you'd like to stay up to date with what's going on here at the Scottsdale Center, you can join our mailing list. We have a weekly digest of activities and things going on that rolls out every week. You can do that online on our website. You can sign up on the clipboard in the lobby, and we will keep you up to date. You can also find us on Facebook, as I said before, and watch our live stream service each and every Sunday. And see recordings that pop up, a replay every Wednesday evening, and recordings are there as well. Check out our Facebook page and our Instagram. Lots going on over there. We have a great community here at Scottsdale CSL. We're growing and happy to meet new people each and every week and look forward to growing in spirit with all of you. We do have a mission and vision and purpose for being. And if you take a minute with me now to speak that into the service this morning, please join me. Our mission is to provide spiritual tools for personal and community transformation. Our vision is a world that works for everyone. Our purpose is to awaken to our spiritual magnificence. And one of the ways we can awaken is by joining me this coming Saturday, the 21st, for our Global Peace and Gratitude Day, a very special celebration of gratitude as we gather together right here next Saturday from noon until 4. We'll also be watching a live stream of events from the Global Gratitude March in New York City. Drop in anytime between noon and 4. We're going to hang out here, do some gratitude exercises, share our gratitude, and just generally have some fun. So we look forward to seeing you there. Also, in the good news department today, the Appalachian Forest Botanicals. So, despite the Central Appalachia ecosystem being historically famous as a coal country, under this diverse broadleaf canopy lies a rich and biodiverse world of native plants, helping to fill North America's medicinal herb cabinet. It turns out that the very communities once reliant on the coal fields are now bringing this botanical diversity to the country. Many different Appalachian people stretching from pre-colonization to today, have tended, harvested, sold, and used a vast number of forest botanicals like American ginseng, ramps, black cohosh, and golden seal, says Shannon Bell, Virginia Tech professor in the Department of Sociology. These plants have long been integral to many Appalachians' livelihoods and traditions. 50% of the medicinal herbs, roots, and barks in North American herbal supply chain are native to the Appalachian Mountains, and the bulk of these species are harvested or grown in the central Appalachia, which includes southern West Virginia, eastern Kentucky, far southwest Virginia, and East Tennessee. Along with the herbal supply chain being largely native to Appalachia, the herb gatherers themselves are also native, but because processing into medicine and seasoning takes place outside the region, the majority of the profits from the industry do too. In a press release, Dr. Bell's research and advocacy work within Appalachia botanical community, she refers back to the moment that her interest in the industry and the region sprouted. When, like many of us, she was out in the nearby woods waiting out the pandemic. She conducted observations and interviews with wild harvesters and is currently working on a mail survey with local herb buyers. She also piloted a ginseng seed distribution program and helped a wild harvester write a grant proposal to start a forest farm. Finally, enlisting support from a nonprofit organization, Appalachian Sustainable Development, Virginia Tech, the City of Norton, a sculpture artist team, and various botanical practitioners in her Rolodex, Bell organized the creation of a living monument along Flag Rock Recreation Area in Norton, Virginia. So, yay. Yay, yay, yay. So, a lot of our herb supplies come from Appalachia. Appalachia. Pardon. Sorry, so you know. Okay. Appalachia. Okay. Shifting gears. Let's turn within and there we go. Let's turn within and center this morning. And begin with gratitude. Gratitude that we are alive, awake, aware. Gratitude for the knowing that there is only one. One life, one mind, one infinite power and presence in which we live and move and have our being, and it in us, as us, through us right now. We know it as love and joy, as peace and power, as enthusiasm and laughter. A joyful presence that now lifts us up in this moment as we gather together to celebrate life, to celebrate love, and to celebrate our awareness of spirit as it moves in and through and around each and every one of us. And in this moment, we receive and extend a blessing on each and every one here, and all people wherever they are on their spiritual journeys, celebrating in their own unique spiritual communities, receiving and expressing and experiencing spirit in myriad forms and tapestries and textures and feelings. Spirit seeking to recognize itself through the minds and eyes and hearts of each and every one. And so as we move into this time together, we celebrate life, we celebrate each other, and we are grateful for the message we received this morning from Reverend Jill. Grateful for our fellowship, our friendship, our gathering together of our ever expanding and growing community right here where we are. And so with gratitude, we go forward into the rest of this time together, knowing that all is well, and that each and every one is here by divine appointment to celebrate life. And so we let it be, and so it is.
You are there. You are a blessing. 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 You are blessed. 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 You are a blessing. You are a blessing. You are a blessing.
Good morning. Okay, I'm Victoria. I'll be giving the announcements this morning. So, the soul that gives thanks can find comfort in everything. The soul that complains can find comfort in nothing. And that's by Hannah Whitehall Smith. And this is the time when we share gratitudes. And I know that we're all grateful for a little bit of cooling that we're having. So, does anyone have a gratitude they'd like to share with the group?
I will. If you won't, I will. Am I on? I'm on. I'm grateful for Ron's test results.
Yay! Oh!
They were non-metastasized, so that's the good news. Yay! Yay!
That's very good. Anyone else? Okay. All right.
Y'all hear me? There we are. Shift. I would be grateful this morning for the fact that Firestone found 2 nails in Katie's rear tires this morning. I'll be grateful for that because she was going to go on a little solo journey tomorrow, and we dropped it off just to get like one little slow leak, what we thought was a slow leak patched, and they found much more. So I can be grateful that they found that, and she didn't end up stranded on the side of the road tomorrow. So I can be grateful for that. There we go.
Yes.
Shift gears.
Great. Our wonderful September book of the month, Mind Body Secrets by Dr. Beatrice Olson, is available at the front desk. Pick up your copy today and read along with us. And Saturday, September 28th, is our next fantastic Grateful Gathering fundraiser with a game night. Right here at the center, hosted by Reverend Lee and Katie. We'll gather at 4:30 for fun, food, and games. Tickets are $30 per person. Oh, all right. Okay, good. September 29th, Brunch Bunch returns as we head over to Picasso's Healthy Italian Kitchen at the Promenade. I assume that's in Scottsdale. Okay. October 2nd is our quarterly visioning group on Zoom. Mark your calendar and plan to join Reverend Jill as we catch Spirit's vision of our lives for the last quarter of 2024. And after the message this morning, Reverend Jill will open the mic for your questions or comments about today's topics. We have a basket of pens and scratch pads available on the front table if you'd like to take notes during service. And lastly, We love music at Scottsdale CSL, and today we welcome Music, Travel, Love with Stand By Me. Thank you.
1, 2, 3. When the night has come, when the night has come and the land is dark.
So you like that, huh? I like that group. They're fun. So good morning.
Good morning.
You can change your life by changing your thinking. You probably heard that before, right? It wasn't new? All right, all right. Are you doing it? Are you doing it? Is it easy? What stands in the way? What gets in the way? My message today is accepting change. Accepting change. And I want to focus on personal changes and the obstacles that we face when we truly decide to make lasting changes in our lives. The obstacles. According to the author of our book of the month, Beatrice Olson, obstacles and setbacks are an inevitable part of the change-making process. Okay, that's encouraging, right? How we navigate those obstacles and setbacks is part of our growth. It's part of our evolution. And it also is how we come out on the other side with the change. It's the process, right? It's what we go through during the change process. Have you ever decided to make a change and suddenly family and friends begins to come and go, what are you doing? What are you thinking? Let's talk about my hair. Have you noticed I'm going gray? I'm letting it go. I'm letting it grow in. Oh, well, there'll be a few days it might not be. Um, but I decided in July that I kind of had enough of going to the salon every 3 weeks for a very long time. And I just decided I'm done. I'm done. Now, you may have an opinion about that. You may think that's great. You may think that's awful. You may judge it. You may envy it. You may not care in the least. Right? It is, however, a change that we're all going to walk through for the next several months as we go through this process. And probably a lot of different hairstyles in between, too. So just get ready for that change. I thought about doing it for a long time. And I've always gotten talked out of it by friends and family. Oh, no, 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 no. You're too young. Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm not ready for you to do that. No, don't do it. And I would step away. Or I'd watch people do it and fail, go back to color after a few months. Or I'd seen people not do it well. But I have changed my thinking. And I'm going to change my hair. So there you go. So what change have you attempted in your life only to get talked out of it? Only to get talked out of it. Maybe you changed your food plan and you told some friends about it and you're out to dinner and you're at a great restaurant, and at the end of dinner, the waiter comes up with the dessert menu and says, anybody want desserts? And you go, no, thank you. And your friend goes, gosh, this is the place with those great cream puffs. Let's do dessert. We'll just split it, okay? Everybody have that experience? Or maybe we're starting a fitness plan. We're going to get early to go to the gym. And the family doesn't support that early to bed requirement to get up early to go to the gym. Something happens, things get busy. Oh, let's go out. Oh, one more episode. Favorite words, right? One more episode. And you wake up the next morning, you're too tired to go to the gym. Many of us have experienced this type of resistance when we started our spiritual journey, right? Particularly if we're transforming from another faith tradition. Is that a cult? What is the science of mind stuff? Is that like those people on TV that get brainwashed? Is that what's happening to you? What's wrong with you? Why are you doing that? Anybody? The majority of work with any change that we do is up to us, right? It's our work we have to do. It's our work. But accepting the actual process of change can be challenging, not only for us, but for our friends and family, that external family, the external friends. We talked a couple of weeks ago about the internal, right? And that ancestral being that we have, that all the stuff we've grown up with, so to speak. This is the external group that influences us. And I mean, let's face it, they do, right? They do influence us to a certain degree. They're comfortable in our relationship. They know who we are. They know how to be. They know how to show up. They know what's going to happen. It's comfortable. It's easy. So when we start to change, remember lizard brain? The lizard brain with the fear, the fight, flight, or freeze pops up. Ooh, something's changing. What's the impact of your change going to be on me? You've started a new eating plan. What's that going to do to me? Do I have to change? you've started a new program for health and fitness, do I have to change? What does that look like? Are you still going to like me when you change? These are all subconscious things that start to bubble up in our friends and family when we decide to make a change. The author of our book of the month tells a story. One of her patients, she was a cancer patient. She went through chemotherapy, and during the process, she lost a lot of weight, a lot of excess weight that she'd been carrying for a long time that she had tried unsuccessfully to lose. So when she came through the chemo and she'd healed and was back on track, she liked her new body. She liked her new smaller body and the way that she felt, and she decided that she was going to work to maintain that. She was going to maintain that. Now, her husband was concerned about that because he saw thin body, sick wife maybe lose her. So he was constantly bringing her snacks and sweets and ice cream and heavy meals and everything, trying to fatten her up because that was his safe space with her. That's how she was healthy. This new skinny person was not a healthy person in his mind. So he had all this subconscious stuff coming up. The wife understood this. She understood this. She'd been seeing Dr. Olson. And so she used one of Dr. Olson's practices called generative conversations. Olson says these are conversations where we communicate our needs and intentions in ways that engage others to support us, with the intention of not activating their lizard brain, right? We don't want to scare them, but we want to have a generative conversation, she calls them. Now, I think we can all agree that conversations can be empowering or disempowering. They can be connecting or disconnecting. We've seen that. But what if we could all communicate in a way that goes beyond just being polite? That goes beyond, that doesn't disintegrate into misunderstanding and division. What if we could communicate that way? What if we could have conversations that foster deeper connections and serve both parties? Pun intended. Dr. Olson says the goal of this type of conversation is that both sides gain insight, grow from the experience, develop trust, and leave with a better understanding of each other. Sounds wonderful. Imagine if everybody communicated that way. Well, you know it begins with us, right? So how do we do that? How do we do that? The first step in generative conversation is to become clear about what we as an adult self need, what we want the other person to know, how we want to communicate with them. This means that we have to be prepared for that conversation. We have to be present. We have to be grounded in our adult spiritual self, not coming from our wounded child. I'm changing. You have to agree with me. I'm doing it my way, and I don't care. You just have to accept it. That's not going to get us there, is it? Probably not. But sometimes we communicate that way. So what she's suggesting is that we don't do that. Dr. Olson suggests, and I happen to agree tremendously with her, that meditation is a wonderful way to get ourselves centered. Would you agree? Yes, yes. It brings us to the present moment. If you have a breathing practice, that also will bring you to center, connecting with the higher self and the inner wisdom within us. When we can enter conversations from this place of grace, we aren't as likely to activate the other party's reactions, fears, right? Another important ingredient in this type of a healing conversation, because that's what they are, in effect, right? It's a healing conversation, is to try and see the other person without judgment. By being supportive accepting, compassionate. We can embrace their spiritual divinity and know that this is really God talking to God. Imagine that conversation. My God self talking to your God self. We set the intention to create an open space for curiosity, compassion, and creativity to coexist in one conversation. And remember, they've made assumptions about this change you're making. And you've made assumptions about the assumptions they've made about the change you're making. And you know what making assumptions does for both of us, right? So we just don't want to do that. So this practice of healing or generative conversations helps us to help others accept our change. Helps us help others accept our change rather than resisting and sabotaging them, even if it's subconsciously or unconsciously. Another example from the book happened after 2020 when folks began returning from the work from home phase. And this patient came back to work, and she had been very successful during the work at home with losing weight and eating more healthy, and she had trimmed down when she went back to the office. What she noticed is that she was receiving some judgmental looks and some passive-aggressive behavior, and suddenly the staff meetings and the kitchen were all stocked with ooey gooey sweet cakes and candies and all sorts of stuff. She wondered what was going on, and she began to get frustrated because there was so much temptation around. And so at the next staff meeting, she brought it up to everyone. She said, hey, would it be possible to have a few more fruits and vegetables in the office to snack on instead of all these sweet things? And I said, well, why should we do that? We like sweet things. And she said, well, I was diagnosed before the work from home that I was pre-diabetes. And so the way that I was advised to change that was to change my health and my eating habits and my fitness level. So I've been doing that. I was able to do that while I was home. I was able to really commit to it and do it. And I've lost the weight. And I'm tempted by all of this. And I would really, like some support with not having all that around. She was vulnerable. She was centered. She was compassionate. And what happened is it opened up a dialogue with everybody who began to say, gosh, I'm so proud of you. I tried to lose weight during that time, and I gained weight. And someone else said, I'm facing health challenges too, and I haven't taken those actions. I'm really proud of you. I support what you're doing. So out of that vulnerability, that compassionate conversation, came this connectivity within the office, and they were able to make then collective decisions on better choices of food in the office. Better food in the office. Generative conversations where we ask for what we need and want and are willing to receive the support we ask for. Willing to receive the support we ask for. This is the key components to our growth and well-being and to the success and happiness in our relationships. Rather than taking sides and going to corners, rather than just getting mad about something, to open up that dialogue and have that generative healing conversation with others. So generative conversations are another tool, spiritual tool in your toolbox, your spiritual toolbox of transformation. We've gotten so many of those this year. We should have a pretty full toolbox by the end of the year. I hope you're using them, and I hope that they're working for you. So anytime that we decide to make a change in our lives, it's important that we're prepared for these obstacles and setbacks. In science of mind, we may not like to think that way, right? I'm not expecting them, but we need to be prepared that if they do show up, what are we going to do? How are we going to handle it? Are we just going to go back to the old way? Or are we going to stay grounded and centered in our change? Are we going to try to work with the obstacle? When we can look at those as setups instead of setbacks, that it's setting us up for moving through that obstacle to get to the other side, to get to the change that we're seeking to experience, we can begin to have generative conversations. We can begin to get the spiritual and emotional support that we need in order to keep moving through that change. Isn't it easier to have support with a change than have resistance from friends and family? Sure. I'm going to use Ron again. Ron is stopping smoking. And I did that about 35 years ago. I still remember what it was like. Anybody else? Yeah, you were not fun, right? Yeah, 3 years. Yeah, not fun. So I can walk this path with him, and I can be there for him. And I knew it was going to be challenging for him. I know it might be challenging for me too, but we're getting through it. We're doing well. He's doing well. But imagine if I had resisted that. Imagine if I was still smoking and insisting that I'm still smoking around him and insisting that he smoke around me, right? I mean, just crazy stuff like that. Crazy stuff like that. So it's easier when we can walk through change with a supportive network. And we have a great spiritual support network right here in this center, in this community. You have professional practitioners available to you 7 days a week. We're here for you. We're here for you. Dr. Olson calls these power partners, not just us, but any of our support group, power partners. But I liked it, so I stole it. So who are your power partners? Who are your power partners that support you and walk through the trials and the challenges of life, support you in the changes that you're making? If you don't have someone, please see Reverend Lee or myself after the message this morning, and we'll help you understand how to plug into this community. You can, any one of the three of us, look around the room. You've got prayer partners all around. We're here in support in this community. Making lasting changes in our lives, lasting changes, is one of the most profound areas of spiritual practice that we'll ever undertake. It requires not only spiritual discipline, but it requires a focused approach and support of our friends and family. The next time you're trying to make a change, and it seems that you're faced with obstacle after obstacle after obstacle, I invite you to remember what Benjamin Franklin said. He said, all great victories, be they in business, politics, art, or seduction, involved resolving problems with a potent cocktail of creativity, focus, and daring. When you have a goal, obstacles are actually teaching you how to get where you want to go, carving you a path. So transforming obstacles into opportunities is the first step to transforming you. So if you would like to receive more information about these life-changing principles, you can sign up for Mindful Monday. It's a newsletter that comes out every Monday morning from Reverend Lee or myself, a recap of our talk and the practices that we're going to talk about right now, so that you can use those and work with those throughout the week to continue to deepen into these spiritual practices. So your practice this week is generative conversation. Pay attention to opportunities to practice having a generative conversation. Set your intention for the outcome that you want this conversation to generate. What do you want? This is not sales, negotiation, coercing, convincing. It's a generative conversation and dialogue. Meditate or do breath work to become centered in your higher self and your adult wisdom. Practice the conversation out loud to find the right words. Allow yourself to be vulnerable and to ask for help, and be willing to receive the help that you're asking for. It's not about a win-lose competition situation conversation. It's about asking for help in what in receiving that help. And be aware about not making them wrong and activating that ancient brain. Be aware about not making them wrong. The purpose is mutual understanding and deeper connection. Accepting change and helping others accept our change will help keep us all growing in the right direction. So it is. Comments or questions this morning? Anyone? Hi, Lori.
Who is them?
Them?
Yeah, thinking them wrong. The choices or the people or what?
The person you're talking to.
Oh,
Not making that person wrong.
okay.
Yeah. For having an opinion. I don't care if you don't like my hair. I don't care if you don't like my hair. Exactly. Yes, Lori.
So you gave us some good examples about stories where people became supportive, where the conversation was productive and successful. What do you do when that doesn't happen? When people give pushback?
Keep talking. They don't want to talk anymore. They're done talking. Why? Are they angry? Agree to disagree? Don't like the change we're making? Yeah. I would take it on a case by case basis. But if I was having a generative conversation with someone, I would be doing that because I was making a change that they were unhappy with. And that change that they're okay, I'll use Ron again. Sorry. Almost a year ago, I became a vegetarian, gave up meat. His concern, what about me? What about my food? Do I have to be a vegetarian too? And he was concerned about that because he didn't want to be a vegetarian, right? And it took time and multiple conversations and actually more experience of the new habit with me and his no lack of meat in his life and his meal prep and so forth to understand that the change wasn't going to negatively impact him, it was only going to positively impact me. So if we're dealing with family friends that are important to us, I would assume they would want, and that's just that word again, I would hope that they would want to understand why we're wanting to make the change and how it benefits us, and that we're sharing that information with them to the point where they understand that. And while they may not agree with it, can they understand it? He would much rather I go out and have a steak with him. I get that. But it doesn't appeal to me. But we can still go out and I can have shrimp and he can have steak or whatever. It's about sharing our truth in a way that is open and honest, and if the other person and having, if it's a friend, family, loved one, they're going to understand that you're going to make this change. They may not agree with it, but what's the workaround to keep the relationship whole? Close? Okay. All right. Anyone else? No? All right. All right. Oh, would you join me in a prayer this morning? So as we go within, we just breathe into that eternal space, recognizing in that breath is the allness of God, the divinity, the peace, the wholeness, the wisdom and intelligence, that infinite love that is unconditioned and unconditional. It is the largest and most infinite thing we can imagine and the smallest thing we've never seen. It is that which has created all. And all of that is here now, present, in, through, and as me, in, through, and as each of us in this room, surrounding each one of us as it is everywhere present. There is no place it is not. And it's not just part of it in some place, it's all of it every place, everywhere. It is that infinite in its expression. And each of us is united in that wisdom and intelligence, the grace of the divine, the ever-giving God, the spirit, the presence, the essence, the universal source of all. We're united in that. Not me and God, we. We're one. And so from that place, I speak my word for and about each of us gathered here this morning, knowing that we're each whole, perfect, and complete in this manifestation, that we are the allness of God in form, and that God lives, moves, and has its being through us as we live and move and have our being in it. We are the outpicturing of it. We are living its life through us, through our choices and decisions, uniquely as only each one of us can, evolving in each and every breath and each and every moment into our greater yet to be experienced self, ever expanding, ever growing, ever changing. I know for anyone this morning that has anything on their heart as they lift that into this prayer, that we as a community of support surround them with our love and our prayers, knowing the complete and total manifestation of that prayer this morning, whether that includes healing, resources, creative expression, love, prosperity, whatever it is. We accept and claim that for them right here and right now. And so it is with a grateful heart, filled with thanksgiving, joy, and gratitude, that I release this prayer into the action and activity of law, knowing that it is done, it is so, and we affirm this truth together by saying, and so it is.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Reverend Jill. Okay, now's the time for our grateful giving, a spiritual practice of grateful giving, where we participate in and affirm the never-ending and expanding cycle of good in our lives. So we invite you to join us in that this morning as we share of our own prosperity with the spiritual community here and the support of our message of affirmative spirituality in the world. Ernest Holmes writes, "I know that my good is increased and multiplied as it is scattered. I am both an inlet and an outlet for the passage of divine love, life, and power. Wherever I go, then, I shall impart the divine blessing which I have received." So I invite everybody online and everybody here in the space to join in the practice this morning. There are many ways to share your contribution to grow the prosperity and our prosperity and yours, the consciousness of good as it expands through us and support our center's financial health. There's a donate button on our website, scottsdalecsl.org. You can make it a one-time or recurring donation. If it's a recurring donation, as you enter the space, if you're joining us in person, you can grab a golden ticket as you come in and drop that in the basket as it rolls around. We also have our Money Finders Prosperity Program. Do we have any in this space this morning? Yay, we do. Money Finders is a great practice where we just become conscious and aware of the unexpected or serendipitous occurrence of prosperity in our world. 10% goes in the envelope and 90% stays with you. And it's a great way to become conscious and aware of the infinite and expanding supply in your life. Our Zelle address is donations@scottsdalecsl.org. We can receive credit card donations in the lobby or use the QR code as it shows up here on the screen. And we have the offering basket as it comes in. Also, if you are sharing by way of cash this morning, you can drop it in the little envelope and put your information on here. We are a 501c3, and we will send you a little note at the end of the year to express our gratitude and to let you know exactly how much you shared with us over the course of the year. So we have that. I think that's it. So if you would like to, please hold your gift over your heart with me this morning and join me in the affirmation. I am an open channel through which prosperity flows. I accept the divine flow of goodness, ideas, and substance through me now. I am grateful for my full and prosperous life, and so it is.
Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful. Gratitude before me, gratitude behind me, gratitude to the left of me, gratitude to the right of me, gratitude above me, gratitude below me, gratitude within me, gratitude all around me. I'm so grateful, 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 I'm so grateful.
And we are so very, very grateful for the abundance that has been shared with us, not just in this moment, but each and every moment. Because we know that as we participate in this process, it grows and expands in every area of our lives. We receive and we give, and we give and we receive. And we are grateful for each and every moment. Every blessing of love, peace, joy, health, and prosperity flows to us and through us and around us. And we celebrate it as we celebrate life. And as we receive, so we do give, and we are grateful for this and every blessing we receive, knowing that it goes forward to bless, heal, and prosper not just the life of this community, but the world in which we live. And so we let it be, and so it is. Okay. A few closing reminders and announcements today. If you would like prayer, please see me and Reverend Joe, or Reverend Joe, and Reverend Joe, or Reverend Joe afterwards, and we will sit and take time with you and pray with you. We also have the prayer request box. You can leave a request in the box in the lobby or on the website. Click the button for the prayer requests on the website 24/7. Daniel is not here. However, reach out to Daniel if you'd like to learn more about opportunities to participate in prayer with our center. Remember to stop by the front desk to sign up for the gratitude gathering next Saturday, or pick up your book of the month, or make your donation. We are just so grateful for all the good that is happening around here. Again, next Saturday, Yes, next Saturday is the Gratitude Day gathering. Saturday after that is game night. Lots going on here. Gratitude noon to 4 next Saturday. Next Sunday, we'll be continuing our series, Unlocking the Secrets of Our Mind Body, with my message, Living Spirit. Join us as we gather at 9:30 for meditation and 10 o'clock for the message. With that, stand for the affirmation, please. All right, here we go. I live in peace and share my joy. I am empowered by spiritual truth. Today I accept change, and so it is.
Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand for love. Let there be joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. Let there be peace. I am a stand for peace. Let there be love. I am a stand. I'm gonna stand for joy. I am a stand for joy. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world now. We are making a new world.